Na 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 no 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 no. Where's the Ned? You, what? You ate my ice cream. Ice cream? What is ice cream? Don't pretend you don't know what ice cream is, cause I know you do. Fine, I ate your ice cream. Big deal. Big deal? It's my ice cream. Honestly, you think you can do anything in this house? What? This is my... You know what? I'm not gonna do this with you. You know why? You know what? Because of this. Oh yeah. You see that? Yeah, that's the end of you. Hey, you put that thing down. Oh, no, I'm not gonna put... You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Don't touch my ice cream. Welcome to FX, the place for newbies, indies, as well as low budgeters, and today guys, we're going to be taking on a highly requested effect. It's something I've wanted to tackle for a while now, and finally, thanks to Production Crate, we're doing it. So I didn't have time to hunt down all those requests because trust me, there's a lot of them. So here is two random ones, just to shake things up. Normally I show one, here are two. So let's talk about footage and assets. For footage, I'll tell you how I shot mine. I'm not going to leave you out in the cold, you see what I did there? Out in the cold. It's like a pun. Oh, I crack myself up sometimes. Don't look at me like that. Okay, so when you shoot your footage, you need to pretend you're shooting ice. Now, this will make you look like a complete idiot, but we'll fix that later. Hopefully. Probably not. Assets, right. The OGs over at Production Crate have made a really cool Killer Frost fan film trailer, as well as a VFX breakdown for that. The film is called Frost. It's a really cool piece of work because there's some amazing VFX done in that trailer, as well as the VFX breakdown showing you how they implemented all of those assets. So those assets are going to be assets we're going to be using. They uploaded to their site. It's on there right now. There's a whole bunch of different ones like ice coming from the hand, ice shooting, ice spikes hitting the wall, ice spike mountains, ice sprays, ice everything. I also highly suggest you check out the fan film trailer as well as the VFX breakdown. I'll link the VFX breakdown on the end card of this video. Definitely check it out because it can teach you quite a bit from watching VFX breakdowns, and especially in the trailer you can see some really cool and creative ways to use some of the Killer Frost assets they made. And plus, it's just really badass. There's like some really cool green screen work in that one also, so check it out. The link to all the assets that they created for that fan film trailer and just for you guys in general is in the description. The link is right there, so click it, download a bunch of those assets, shoot your footage to match, open up Hitfilm, and I'll see you there. I couldn't find a cold pun to make for that one, so I apologize in advance, although I should be apologizing for making it, but I didn't make it, so I don't know why I'm apologizing. Let's just get to the tutorial. Here we are in Hitfilm. My comp is all set up with my footage loaded and my assets imported. Okay, there's a disclaimer here guys, this entire tutorial is ridiculously easy. I'm not even kidding. These elements are so fantastic, they do 80% of the work for us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the tutorial guys, because it's a walk in the park. And actually, in some places of the world at this time of the year, the park is covered in snow. So this effect makes even more sense. Am I right? No? Fine. Be like that. So first we'll focus on the shot of my hand with the ice mist on it. So let's begin. First thing we're going to need to do is track our hand so that the elements stick to it. So let's click the plus icon, otherwise known as my good friend Ben, and create a new point layer to store that data. Then we'll head to the controls panel on our footage layer and click the plus icon next to tracker. This part is really simple. Just drag the boxes over one of your fingers and track forward until it's done. We've covered this more in detail during the reverse flash episode, so check that out in the description for more details. Okay, once the track is complete, let's select our point layer in the tracker window and hit apply. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's drag in one of these looping mist assets from Production Crate and then position it in place over our hand. You can also scale it up or down if need be, and maybe even rotate it to fit your hand better, whatever works for your shot. Right, we can then parent that asset to our point layer and make it its daddy. Doing so will also make sure that sticks to our hand and adopts any of its subtle movements. You can then go ahead and duplicate this element or drag in other variations of it to fill in the effect a little bit more. I did this a few times, and on some of them I masked off certain sections and then feathered it out to smooth the edges a bit more. As for coloring, I didn't do any major work because I liked how the elements looked, except for some subtle curves adjustments, but for your shot you might need to go a bit more. A neat little way to match the color of your shot is to drop on the color temperature effect and use it to introduce some orange or blue tones to your asset's color scheme so that you can further match your white balance. I didn't do this as I like it plain white and I didn't need to, but hey, it's up to you. One final thing I did was to head up to the effects panel, search for and then apply the lens blur effect. Here I set the amount to a low number like 5 just to soften the asset a little bit and blend it in a little better. But that's it for this shot, guys. As for the ice shooting shot, I followed the same steps for the mist on my hand. Then I dragged in one of these icy cloud spray assets and positioned it into place. Depending on your shot, you may not need to do this, but I had to speed it up a little bit to match my movements better. So to do that, just right click the clip, click on speed and duration, and then set your speed. For the position, you could track your hand here again, but since it wasn't that long, I just manually keyframed its position, making sure that it stuck to the palm of my hand. I also dragged on the matte cleaner effect. Here, set the choke to 2 and then play around with the feather a little bit. This is just to clean up those edges a little bit more and smooth it out a bit. Right, at the point of the blast, let's drop in one of these icy spray collision assets to act as a sort of muzzle flash. I sped this up as well to suit my shot better, but once again that is up to you. With that done, let's turn on keyframing for its position at the start of the asset and then go frame by frame, making sure it sticks to our hand just like our spray asset. You can also do some subtle position scaling and rotation adjustments to this asset if need be. Just like before, let's add the lens blur effect to both of our assets and set it to maybe 6% this time for some softening. As for the color, I do feel that my ice spray asset isn't quite matching my collision muzzle flash type asset. So to fix that, let's head up to the effects panel and then apply the curves effect once again. Over here, I'm just going to pull that curve up until it looks good and is matching my collision asset. There we go. As you can see, guys, the assets really do most of the work for us, and that's a sign of good assets. I would talk about the spikes hitting the wall, but again, it's the same steps all over again. Just drop them in, scale and position them into place, color correct if needed, apply a lens blur, and voila, done. I should mention that if you shot your footage handheld, you'll have to track your camera's motion, but that's just like we showed earlier on, so follow those same steps and you should be good to go. But yeah guys, that's it. So follow all those steps, get some icy powers, kidnap a bunch of people and get a killer outfit. See what I did there? That was like, Killer Frost. I did killer outfit. That was good, wasn't it? Okay, never mind. And you should end up with something that looks a bit like this. Oh yeah. You see that? Yeah, that's the end of you. Hey, you put that thing down. Oh, no, I'm not gonna put... You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? And that is a Killer Frost effect ticked off the proverbial list. I wanted to discuss this with you guys. I want to get your feedback on this. if Killer Frost is robbing a bank, let's say she's robbing a bank, because she needs money to buy more blue lipstick or something. Anyway, she's robbing the bank and the cops arrive, and then they look at her, they pull their guns, and they're like, freeze. Freak. I need a life. A huge thank you to Production Crate for being the badasses that they always are. They really are some cool people over there. They support this channel on a daily basis, and they even send me this. Look at it. It's so cool. And Chris, if you're watching this, I promise I will be sticking this up soon. I just don't want to waste it, Well, I haven't. It's so I don't want to waste it. So I'm gonna find a place to. Maybe I should just stick it on my head, and walk around blind. Production Crate. Production Crate. There's no one there. So check out Production Crate in the description right now. The link to the website is right over there. And if you want to check out their VFX breakdown for their fan film trailer, well, that is right over there, as well as the Flash Breach Effect episode, which we incidentally also did with Production Crate. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram right down in the corner for some behind the scenes updates and stuff. And if you want to subscribe to see more, we post a Red Effects episode every single Thursday night. You can subscribe right down there. Like and share the video with all your mates and your pets, of course, because don't forget them. And I will see you guys in the next episode.